welcome to this, and this will be 2 videos in one for, I'm sure, those of you that care. There was no Superstars review last night. I got busy doing something else, and yes, just didn't get around to it. So I'll do Superstars and Smackdown both tonight. You know, I mean, they were both, yeah, well, never mind. Anyways, let's get started with Superstars. So we start off with Jack Swagger versus Kaval. I said, you know, the last time they had a match, I thought it'd be pretty good if they kind of worked together. They still, I don't know, this was better, I would say, than the first match, so there's definitely that improving, but there was still, I don't know, there was still something missing. I don't know what it is, but, hopefully they can, you know, kind of work the kinks out, because I think they both should be able to do pretty well against each other, so there was that. That was an okay little opener. Then we got Luke Gallows versus Vance Archer. Yeah, this was, two big guys. I mean, Vance Archer is athletic. I will give him that, and maybe at some point he will be really good. But, you know, Luke Gallows, But, you know, two big guys that aren't, you know, you don't have a great big guy to carry the other big guys. So, yeah, that just doesn't work. Then we got something interesting. We got an okay Divas match. We got Alicia Fox versus Gail Kim. Much better than most of the Diva matches we get. This went about 5 minutes. It was kind of like, oh, this is really what we're going to get. But they both went out there. They both did an okay job. We know Gail Kim can go. Alicia Fox is, you know, just kind of depends, it seems, at times. So there was that. Then we got the main event. The main event was a handicap match of all things. I don't know about that for main event, but oh well. The Usos taking on Mark Henry and a handicap match. And amazingly, the Usos won. Though Tamara got this, I don't know, that was just weird. I mean, it was a flunky ending, but at least the team beat Mark Henry. That's what should have happened. That's what should happen almost every single time in a handicap match, but that's not what we get, and unfortunately. But this was not that great of a Superstars. It was really, you know, I like it when we get not, you know, the Usos versus Mark Henry. That could have been the opener, and Kaval versus Jack Swagger could have been the main event, and this probably have been maybe a slightly better show, to be honest. But, oh well, it was what it was, as a lot of people like to say, that I like to say, but basically, it was okay. It was, for Superstars, it was okay. So then, we go to Smackdown, and of course, the big match that we got advertised all week for Superstar, or for Smackdown, was Edge versus Alberto Del Rio, and of course, that's not what we got as the main event. We got Edge versus Alberto Del Rio right away, which meant, I think everyone went, something funky is going to happen. They did give them time beforehand to go out and do some stuff, and it showed that, you know, Del Rio is, I don't know, they took the mask off of him, and he's so much better without the mask than he ever probably was with the mask, and he was in there with Edge, so that helps. But this was a good little match, and hopefully we get some more of this stuff, because that will be good. Yeah, so let's see. Then, of course, at the end of the match, because, you know, this started off quick, we had Nexus, minus Wade Barrett, minus John Cena, come out. Being led by David Otunga. They killed everybody. So that's kind of what it was. David Otunga basically said this was to show that it wasn't about Barrett or Cena. This was about Nexus and this, that, and the other. Then we had Teddy Long comes out, announces that later tonight we're going to have Nexus versus Big Show, Mysterio, Kane, Edge, and Del Rio. So there was at least that. And then we had Dolph Ziggler taking on JTG. Okay, I won't go off on a rant on JTG. I just won't do it. I won't do it. I will not do it. But anyways, this was not very long. Ziggler went over. They tried to make Ziggler. I guess they're just going to give up on the Ziggler-Bryan Danielson thing, I guess. I don't know. I hope that's not the case. But this led to more of a storyline where Caitlyn came out to celebrate with Ziggler. Then Vicky came out. She slaps Caitlyn. This wound up being a later tonight. We got a match. We had Teddy Long, or we got the match, and then we got Nexus attacked Rey Mysterio. They attacked a lot of guys. to do that. So tonight, so there was that. This was very NWO-ish. Then we got a triple threat match. We had MVP taking on Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. Yes, the former tag team guys taking on MVP, even though they're pretty much, done now, I'm guessing. And so this was a pretty good little match. This was probably the best match on the night. Only because the opener didn't, ended in a screw job. But this was pretty good. MVP went over. We'll have to see where the Rhodes McIntyre thing goes. So there was that. Then we got Vicky Guerrero. Eddie Guerrero, listen to me. Vicky Guerrero versus Caitlyn. This was crap. That's all there is to say about that. Then we got Chris Masters versus Tyler Rex, which was a little better than crap, but, like I said, I like Chris Masters. I think Chris Masters, you put him in there with the right guy for a TV match, can put on an okay TV match and it'd be okay, and he can be the big, powerful guy. But you put him in there with Tyler Rex, another guy who's supposed to be the big, powerful guy, and it just doesn't work. The match didn't go very long, but it was, Tyler Rex looks good, but we really haven't seen much else from him. Then we got the main event, Nexus versus Edge and Kofi Kingston, Alberto Del Rio, Big Show, and Kane. We had all sorts of wacky stuff as far as, this wasn't a great, I like matches like this when they're done well, and they did give them time. But this wasn't done particularly well because you have Nexus, which, you had a few, you have some guys that know what they're doing in Nexus, but you also have a few guys that don't. And this just wasn't as good as it could have been. But it was, it was okay, and it was, I guess it was good for a TV match, I'd say. This basically, you had Kane attacking Big Show because he thought Big Show attacked him. And then you had Edge getting the win, and you had all sorts of other kind of stuff. This all somehow wound up being a storyline about, and booking-wise, this was actually probably done pretty well, but the match itself just wasn't all that great. But still, not a bad episode of Smackdown, but not as good as probably have been getting. But, the Nexus stuff, just in my opinion, didn't work. I'm sure it'll wind up on Raw, and Wade Barrett will be pissy at Otunga, because that seems to be how they're going with all of this. So there was that. So there we go. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I am out. I will see you Monday. So there we go. Well, unless, you'll see me Monday. So with that, I'm out later.